Suman is an orphaned girl who has lived on the streets since childhood. Her parents abandoned her, and since then, she has spent every day observing the activities of society. Sitting on the roadside, she watches the world through her eyes. Laughter, joy, love, and sometimes pain. But whenever she sees a couple in love, a desire for that same love and companionship stirs deep within her heart. Suman's life was like the incomplete pages of a book. She would sit by the roadside all day watching people go by. Sometimes, she had to beg for food, and occasionally, people would offer her something to eat. But her greatest hunger was for love, a hunger that never seemed to be satisfied. Every morning, as she sat on her tattered mat, she would see people in the park across the street, living their moments of happiness. A couple would come to the park every day, holding hands as they walked, laughing, and looking at each other with love-filled eyes. Suman would watch them, and a strange ache would fill her heart. She would think, if only someone would hold my hand, if only someone would love me like that. This dream grew even stronger when one day, she saw the same couple dressed in wedding clothes. They were both so happy, their faces glowing with a special radiance. Tears welled up in Suman's eyes. She knew that a day like that would never come for her. She began to curse herself. Why was I born into this world? Why do I have to endure this pain? That night was incredibly difficult for her. She couldn't sleep. Her mind was in turmoil. She felt as if her life would never fully change, and she would always remain alone. The next day, Suman decided that she wouldn't let loneliness defeat her. She resolved to overcome her limitations. She went to a nearby temple and prayed, God, I need someone's love too. I need the belonging that others have. This resolve taught her a new way of living. She no longer feared loneliness. Instead, she awakened a new belief within herself. She realized that even if she never found a life partner, she could learn to love herself and create a new life for herself. Suman prepared herself to walk down a new path. She promised herself that she would lift her life out of this loneliness and steer it in a new direction. Instead of succumbing to life's hardships, Suman embraced herself and learned to love who she was. She found a way to live her dreams and discovered the strength within her to move forward. This story deeply portrays the emotions of Suman. Her loneliness and longing for love reflect her mental state. Watching society's happiness brings tears to her eyes and makes her feel the incompleteness of her own life. However, the most significant aspect is the ending, where she embraces herself and directs her life toward a new path. The story emphasizes the importance of self-love and inner strength, even in the face of loneliness.